How to sketch quadratic graphs? There are 3 steps to do so you can sketch a quadratic graph. Number 1 is to know if it's positive or negative. If I know the graph is positive, it is a happy face. If I know the graph is negative, it is a sad face. Okay? How do you find it's positive or negative? Look at the coefficient of x squared. The coefficient of x squared, if it's positive, it's a positive graph. If it's negative, negative graph. Okay? Next thing, coordinates of minimum or maximum point. You can find this using your completed square form. Okay? So what I'm talking about is the coordinates of either here or the coordinates of here. Okay? Third thing, where the graph cuts the x and y axis. To find where it cuts the x axis, sub y0. To find where the graph cuts the y axis, sub x0. Okay, now let's look at the coordinates of the min or max point. I've done 2 already. In this case, is the coordinates of the min or max is here. This is positive, so it will be a minimum point. This is positive 3, I change it to negative 3. This is negative 7, I keep negative 7. So this one, this part, I'll always flip. But this one, I'll always stay. Okay, this negative 4, I flip, become positive 4. Negative 8, keep negative 8. Let's try to do this together. This is negative, that means it's a maximum point. This is negative 3, I will flip it. Negative 3 become positive 3. Positive 2, I keep it. So it's 3, 2. Okay? Now let's try this question. I want to find the coordinates of the min or max. This is negative graph, right? Because the coefficient of x squared is negative, so it will be a sad face. So this is a maximum point. To find the coordinates of the maximum point, I look at my completed square form. Positive 4. Change it become negative 4. 3 remains. So this is your maximum point coordinates. Okay, next thing, I want to find where the graph cuts the x or the y axis. So I want to find where it cuts x axis. I will sub y equals 0. That means I sub y equals 0. So I bring it over. Now at this point, I want to get rid of the square. One must do square root. Square root both sides. Will give you a root 3. Correct? Still got plus and minus, remember? So I bring the 4 over. It will be a positive root 3 minus 4 or negative root 3 minus 4. That will give you minus 2.268 or minus 5.732. Okay? Now, next thing, I want to find where it cuts the y-axis. So I must sub x equals 0. How do I sub x equals 0? Put it inside lah. X is 0 plus 3. This gives you minus 13. Right? Now, very nice. I got all this information. Now I can sketch it. When I sketch graph, always draw your axis first. Always draw your axis first. Then what I will do, I will always locate the coordinates of the max or min point. In this case, this graph is a negative graph. So I got this coordinates minus 4 and 3. Let's locate where it is. Minus 4 is maybe here. 3 is maybe here. So this will be my max point. And my graph is like that. Okay? So usually my graph is like that. Turn here and cut like that. Okay? A bit ugly lah, but you get what I mean. Okay? Now, let's label it negative 4 and 3. Next thing, where it cuts the x-axis. It cuts the x-axis at these 2 points. So put it in. Now, negative 2 will be here. The negative 5.732 is here. Okay? Where does it cut the y-axis? It cuts at negative 13. So this is negative 13. The last thing you have to do is label your graph. If not, you will lose marks. Okay, so this is your completed the square form. How to draw a graph.